So, long-term rentals and how to price them. To be clear, I don't really get that many requests for like really long-term rentals. At most, it's usually 2 weeks. And the way I do that is I price the first weekend at full price. And if it's like going through the middle of the week, like a Wednesday, I say to them, hey, we could probably get this tent out for a company picnic or company event or something. So we'd be missing out on that. So what I do is I charge the one rental for the one weekend. And then if it goes through Wednesday or Thursday, I'll charge a 0.5 rental on it. So 1.5 billable days on the thing. If it's going through 2 weekends, what I'll do is say the same thing, like, hey, we could be missing out on 3 rentals, one each weekend and one in the middle. So what I can do is charge a 1.75 rental. Now, most of the time, we have lots of tents in the middle of the week that we're not setting them all out, so not really missing out on that rental, but it's still a possibility. So for spanning 2 weekends, I'll do a 1.75 billable day rental. And that's amazing because you don't have to go back and put it back up. That's where the cost comes in, putting it up and taking it down. So you're getting your close to 2 rentals for it for the 2 weekends, and you're not really missing out on the middle of the week one, but you say that anyways to justify getting a higher rate. And you're getting close to 2 rentals for only 1 rental's worth of work. So that's the most I ever do. We have gotten requests for like a month, 2 months. Usually it's something like a construction tent or something. And by the time we price that out, the people are like, oh, that's expensive. And then they just go buy like 2 carports or something from Walmart for less money. If you're in an area where there's lots of high-end golf courses, you may be putting up a 40 by 80, 40 by 60 for the whole season. The way I'd rent that out is to see how much money you could potentially make from that tent being up for all those weekends, and how much money you're missing out on the tables and chairs and dance floor and all the stuff that's going out for those normally, because now you're just doing a tent for them. And say that price for the whole season, say you're missing out on $15,000, I would say to them, we can do this for $12,000. Maybe just buy a brand new tent, have them sign a contract for 3 years. And so your first year you make most of your money back, and your next 2 years you make profit. We have done one tent like that. We did a 30 by 40 frame tent on a patio of a golf course for the whole summer. I charged purchase costs for the first year, had them sign a 3-year contract. What sucked was the second year, the president, the CEO got fired, and the board of directors said, well, he never brought this to us. We don't want this tent anymore. So I got screwed out of that, but I made my money back on it. And then the next year I got it out at a car dealership, made all my profit there. Then the third year sold it to someone. So I made a lot of money on the tent. But if you're doing this, make sure that you get signed off by everyone, the president, the CEO, the whoever, the board of directors. Make sure you get everyone to sign off on it so you don't get screwed like I did. But long-term rentals, there's no simple math to it. You just kind of evaluate how much money would you be making during that period of time, how much money are you spending to put it up each weekend, and how much are you willing to discount it. You're not going to get a lot of long-term rentals. So a few weeks at a time, discount it a little bit and just justify it to them by saying we could have had this out, made this much money on it. So what we can do is give you a discounted rate on it because we don't have to set it up and take it down. So it's not easy, not simple. If you got any questions, if they ever come up, just leave a comment down in the description and I'll try to answer it, or join the Patreon, have direct access. Now with right now, where we have medical tents that are going out for a month at a time, 2 months at a time maybe, I'm not trying to price those super aggressively. I want to get those tents out. They're just sitting here, so I want them out. So all I'm doing is 1 rental for 7 days. I know in some markets people are doing a daily rate, $400 a day, or maybe a weekly rate. I'm just doing 1 day rental for 7 days. And I've gotten 1 tent out so far that way. Someone's supposed to call me today. They messaged me on Facebook Messenger. And so me doing 1 rental rate for right now for 7 days is getting my tents out, getting some money in. So if you're getting requests right now, I would discount heavily. I would not charge an excessive amount for a medical testing drive-through tent. Right now, just do your one rental rate that you would normally do for a weekend. Do that for the whole 7 days and follow up with them. If they decided to go with someone else, say, okay, hey, we'll give it to you for a 75% rental rate or whatever. Get your tents out because they're not going out for parties for the next month. So try to get those tents out, even if it's at a little bit of a discount. That's what I'm thinking. Thanks for watching.